Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jay Cohn.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. It may not be 8 to 12 inches of snow, but a winter weather advisory remains in effect, along with a warning for slick roadways.
That's right. The rain that fell most of the day here in Billings is expected to be turning over to snow probably within the next few hours. And as those temperatures drop, road conditions could turn dangerous.
In the meantime, raincoats and umbrellas were the choice of the day, but tomorrow morning, perhaps boots and overcoats will be your pick. Q2 meteorologist Connor Pregetzer is in for Bob tonight. Connor, the good news is right now it does look like more rain than snow.
Yes, absolutely. We rolled back those snowfall totals, got some rain throughout the day, but that doesn't mean the snow's gone entirely. We are expecting it to come in overnight. We'll take a look at our live satellite and radar. This is right now. We can see in the eastern portion of the state, there's that rain that we're talking about. Now that pushed up from the south over the course of the day today. Now that held some of those colder temperatures to our north and meant that we saw more rain rather than snow during the day. Originally we were thinking snow might start around noon. Now we're thinking about rolling it back 7 o'clock or so. A little later in the evening is likely when that snow heads our way. I've got the 6-hour loop in here, and as we zoom in on Billings a little bit, we can see that that rain-snow boundary was right above us for most of the day, so could have easily been snow for us. For now, that's backed off just a little bit, and we do expect that to push into our area as we head into the later evening and overnight hours. We'll get you your full forecast in just a minute here.
All right, thanks so much, Connor.
Residents across the Billings area are being asked tonight to be on the lookout after a 9-month-old girl was reported missing.
A missing endangered person advisory is in effect for 9-month-old Aubriella Cordova, a Native American girl who Roosevelt County authorities believe was taken by her non-custodial mother. The girl was last seen in Fraser on April 6th. It was then that the court granted BIA Social Services custody of the baby. Then her mother fled with her. The mother, Edna Jones, is a 28-year-old Native American, 5 feet 8 inches tall, 180 pounds, with brown eyes and black hair. Both Jones and the little girl tested positive for drugs. Authorities believe it's possible they're traveling to Billings, Great Falls, or perhaps Glasgow. They're traveling in a green 2003 Pontiac Bonneville. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Roosevelt County Sheriff's Office. A Billings man stands accused of raping a teenage girl he met online. 21-year-old Jacob Eastman appeared in Yellowstone County Justice Court today, where he faces 2 counts of rape. The victim told her mom and teacher this past January that the assault happened last summer. The girl said she met Eastman online and told him her age. The girl said she left abruptly the first time they met up after Eastman began to touch her in a sexual way. They later met up again at the Heights Walmart and walked over to a nearby baseball field. Now, the victim says that's where Eastman raped her. During an interview with detectives, Eastman first denied knowing the girl, but later admitted he touched her leg. A Marr County man somehow escaped serious injury when his house exploded with him inside. First responders were called to the home north of White Sulphur early Wednesday morning. Now, crews were able to rescue the man, who surprisingly suffered only minor injuries. Unfortunately, the house is destroyed. The state fire marshal's office tonight is investigating the cause of the explosion. A proposal that would have raised the entrance fee at more than a dozen national parks to $70 will not move forward. The initial plan put forth by Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke proposed the hike in entrance fees for 17 of the nation's most popular national parks. That includes Yellowstone and Glacier. But after pushback from lawmakers and the public, the Interior Department is revising that proposal, announcing today most fees at those 17 parks will now only increase by $5. The proposal came as a way to help remedy a backlog of park maintenance across the country. In just 4 weeks, Montanans will start to vote in the state's primary election. One of the most crowded races this year is in the Democratic congressional race, where 6 candidates are vying to challenge first-term Republican Greg Gianforte. MTN's Mike Dennison profiled 3 of the candidates yesterday, and tonight he wraps up his report with a look at the remaining trio of Democrats.
Of the 6 Democrats competing for the party nomination to take on Congressman Greg Gianforte, none is a household name in Montana. They are Billings lawyer John Heenan, former Land Trust Director Grant Keir of Missoula, former State Representative Kathleen Williams of Bozeman, former State Senator Linda Moss of Billings, and Bozeman attorneys Jared Pettinato and John Meyer. These latter three candidates also are running relatively low-key, low-cost campaigns. Moss says she's drawing on her contacts across the state from years as a consultant and nonprofit director involved in a variety of community projects and issues. As a congresswoman, she wants to enlist Montanans to develop their own solutions to problems facing the state and country.
I have a bold plan, a bold vision, a community action network that brings people together. I'm ready. I have the energy to do the job and to work at every level, from the grassroots, community level, to the halls of Congress.
Bozeman attorney John Meyer entered the House race on the last day possible, filing as a candidate 1 month ago. He runs the Cottonwood Environmental Law Center, which has won significant court rulings to protect critical habitat for endangered species on national forest land. Meyer says he wants to show that you don't need a lot of money to run successfully for Congress, and that environmentalist is not a dirty word.
I think a lot of people hear the word environmentalist and immediately assume, oh, left-wing, tree hugger, you know, whatever. And that's just not true. I'm here for people that like to hunt and recreate on public land.
Another Bozeman lawyer, Jared Pettinato, is the only Montana native in the primary race, originally from Whitefish. Pettinato worked the past 9 years for the U.S. Justice Department, defending the Forest Service and other federal agencies in natural resource cases. He has plans to create jobs in wind power and timber thinning projects in Montana.
We need better ideas, and we need hard work. And I'm the Democrat who's actually come forth with new ideas, with creative ideas for solving problems.
So that's the lineup of Democratic candidates who want to challenge Gianforte this fall. We'll be taking a closer look at how these candidates differ in the coming weeks. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
And Mike tells us that absentee ballots for the upcoming June 5th primary will be mailed out on the 11th of May.
In between filling out college applications and studying for exams, a class of students at St. Labret High School is operating a bona fide business. Q2's Asia Gore traveled to Ashland to take us behind the scenes of Braves, Inc.
The work these students do in this room on St. Labret's campus looks a lot like an art project. While screen printing is an art, these t-shirts are their business.
I take care of all the money and I get it deposited into our account.
Bree and her classmates run Braves, Inc.
We work hands-on with a lot of stuff instead of sitting at a desk. We learned things that are useful for business through actually doing it and learning trial and error.
From start to finish, these students design and print the shirts for paying customers like the school basketball team.
My father drew this logo for the Little Braves basketball program, and they were able to bring it to life. I was like kind of expecting, you know, something like a beginner, but when I first seen this, I was so amazed. I mean, it looks like professionally done.
It's super relieving to know that people actually like what we design, and people are appreciative and want to actually spend money on things that we make.
Each student plays an important but different role.
I've just been helping set up different cutters, different softwares on the computers.
These students bring the design to life, but it doesn't stop there. To be a successful business, you need quality control.
It is kind of curved.
The work can be stressful.
Some days we have a deadline. It's like a strict deadline.
But the reward is sweet and sometimes savory. Miss Lee does bring in pizza for meeting deadlines. While this teacher wanted none of the glory, the story couldn't be told without her.
Do one like that.
She started the program, secured the initial funds, and recruited these students for the work, teaching these young adults skills they can apply to the real world.
I can design shirts and sell them at powwows. I could. These kids are able to practice a lot of these entrepreneur skills, and I believe that that's the driving force behind our tribes, small businesses. And if these kids be able to pick up that quality, they're in the long run going to benefit our people.
In Ashland, I'm Asia Gore, MTN News.
Thanks, Asia. Great story. Now, Asia tells us the money raised from sales goes into a fund that is paid out to the student employees at the end of the year as scholarships for college.
Straight ahead on tonight's 5:30 news, does a record snow year turn into record dollars for Montana ski hills? We'll take a closer look.
And later in sports tonight, Scott updates cancellations and postponements for your local high school teams.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.